This video for air conditioning is for those YouTube professors. Okay, 2016 Jeep, 2016 4Runner. Let's look at some pressures, because there's those guys who like to go off pressures. Here's 191. This is floating between, say, 180 to 240 psi. 240 to 180 psi. It's floating up and down. Okay, now let's go over to this Pathfinder. Steady around 130 psi. Wait a minute. What is that refrigerant rule? You know, rule of thumb, the old timers say the ambient temperature plus something should be your head pressure. Where the F is that rule going when you compare this vehicle to this vehicle? So you were filling with cans and you do, you know, your thing, and now this is even coming down more. This has been running for 10 minutes. It just started shooting down as I started rolling video, and it'll go back up too. Now, according to the Canna AC Pro, 30 psi on the low side hits the bottom of the can in the gauge. But coming over to this one here, it just shut off. Wait for it to come on. This goes down to 20 psi. So there, the clutch just kicked back in. So according to the Canna AC Pro, this one is low on refrigerant charge. See, 20, it's running right now. So that means I have to add more refrigerant into this system, according to the little gauge on the Canna AC Pro. But yet, I just filled this thing up with 600 grams of refrigerant, and it calls for 600 grams of refrigerant. So I would be grossly overcharging this unit, and it's only like 62 degrees outside. As you can see, it's foggy, it's overcast, and I would grossly overcharge this vehicle. The customer would take off on the weekend, on a hot weekend, and the high side would shoot up. Low side would definitely be above the 25 or 30 psi that AC Pro little gauge says is their minimum, and this customer would be returning, or returning for a new compressor or a clutch. This one here, okay, we're back up to 200. So we have two 2016 vehicles, and we got condensation going on here. Yeah, we got nice and chilly. So you can tell those AC YouTube professors or the couch potato engineers who read books that here's two identical vehicles, both are charged, but yet you have going up to 240, ranging down to 180, and this one is staying right at around 130. Explain, YouTube professors, that fill by shaking the little jerk-off cans and try to charge a system by pressures.